Hi, welcome to PACT Training Made Simple. We understand that it may be a little bit confusing of how to get started with our PACT system. However, if you go to the website at www.medicalthermology.org, you will see the Training tab, which is the second one over from the home page. This is where you will find the medical thermography courses available. Okay. There are two steps to this process. Step 1 and 2, which we will get to in just a minute. But first, we're going to give you your training options. We have classes set in Torrington, Connecticut on the dates that you will find in the tab. Obviously, these dates here are going to be different in the future than the ones that are upcoming. That is one option, to come to an organized class where other people, other students are with you, and the energy of the class is often very good. So you can come to Torrington, Connecticut. That's one option. The other option is to train at your location. If you are in an office where you have multiple staff members that would like to understand thermography, and perhaps only one or two people who would like to train as technician, this may be a good option for you. Rather than flying everybody to Connecticut or traveling to Connecticut, we can come to you. You would pay for our transportation for a doctor trainer as well as a technician trainer. Okay, it would be approximately a 2-day training. We can fit a lot in, and we can even do a patient lecture for you while we're there. We often do this to get you going, to have perhaps 30 or more people in a classroom to learn about medical thermography. This is a very good, you should take advantage of this. It's a very good thing. The other option is a 4-day internship in Connecticut, where we work about a half day each day and then some independent study. You can watch us in action in our thermography lab. Okay, that would be for the introduction and the technician training part 2, which we'll get into in a second. The same thing as if we would come to your location. That would be for part 1 for a number of people, however many people, up to 10 that you would like to do in a day. We could even talk about more perhaps. Come up with a flat fee for the program for us being there. So you would have to talk to us. That's a little bit off the norm, but we're willing to do that for you, as well as we can have 2 technicians trained for step 2, which we'll, like I said, we'll get into in 1 second here. All right, so step 1 is the Introduction to Medical Thermography. It's a 12-hour course designed for doctors and for technicians and for anybody who wants to learn more about medical thermography, or thermology, so to speak. The course includes a history of thermology, physics, medical uses. It goes through a whole lot of information, which we cover a lot. So it is a very in-depth course. Okay, the syllabus, you could click on these too. Sometimes these are updated. There's step 1, introduction, syllabus, step 2, I'm sorry, not step 2, but the tab, and then tuition application. So next, we will be going to tuition and application, as you see here, clicking on this tab, where you can send an application. Everyone has to send in an application to train, and then pay your tuition. Okay, this is, I'm skipping around a little bit here, but this is the syllabus button that you would see, which outlines everything that you would be getting as part of the step 1, part 1 training. Okay, and then we do go through different systems that are available that will work with our interpretation system, as well as explaining the pluses and minuses of other systems out there to the best of our ability. Like we said, you have to fill out an application. This is the application. It's very simple, just to describe your interest and where you're at, so we know what to approach with you in your training personally. And then there's the pay tuition button, which in this case, Intro to Thermography is the $4.95. Step 2 for technicians will be $4.95 as well, and you can answer these questions in here for us. Fill out the form and submit them. Okay, then step 2, that brings us into step 2, where we have a certified technician button, and we have some other choices here. These choices will be changing in the future a little bit, but right now these are the choices. Our dentistry and hygienist program is becoming more popular. Some of these are very well put together, and others are in the development phases at this point. And if you are if you're a podiatrist, we would love to have somebody get on board with thermography with us. We just haven't had the opportunity at this point. And then, of course, OBGYN. So these are basically, most of these are 12-hour courses, other than the certified technician. That's a one-year program. And this is the tab for that. Certified thermographic technician. After completing your 12 hours, your initial step 1 training, you will be given a 3-hour educational program or so in that area, whatever it takes to get you comfortable with using the equipment, and then give you some practice tests to take home and do. So you'll have 5 practice tests to do. Once you're up to par, where you give us 5 good ones, then you could start working on your own patients, assuming you have equipment and you've opened up your own lab at this point. And then we work with you closely to get those even better. You should be pretty good by the end of training, but we want to make sure that you're up to par. And then there's 3-hour educational webinars that are the first Saturday in March, May, and December that you need to attend, and submit 50 examinations that are approved by PACT, and then pass an examination, all within the 1-year period. Okay, so that's the Certified Technician program. Again, it's not as complicated as it sounds. It's the 2 days of training for part 1, with an additional 3-hour hands-on that puts you eligible to take your practice exams. You take your practice exams, submit them successfully, and then after that you are ready to take some real pictures as an intern for PACT. And then there's step 2 for the other categories, OBGYN, etc. down the line. The dentistry program, like we said earlier, is really picking up. There's a lot of interest in it. Please read about it. The certified technician we covered in depth, but I think that if you have any questions, you can certainly call us at 877-997-4262. And that's for PACT, the Professional Academy of Clinical Thermology, and we are looking forward to hearing from you. You can also look at more information online if you prefer.